I'm originally from the Sockastee community. I was born in Conway, and at the age of 2, I moved to Sockastee, and I've been in Sockastee all my life. And I met my wife in school at Sockastee. We started in the 1st grade, and we walked out of the 12th grade. We graduated in June, we worked during the summer, and we tried to save a little money, and we got married in October. Guillain is the name of one of the Frenchmen, and Barré is the name of the second one. So they name it Guillain-Barré syndrome, and it's very rare. And 1 in 120,000 ever get it, and 1% of 120,000 ever get it the second time. And I was fortunate enough to get it both times. It was July the 13th to be exact, and I'd played baseball with my grandkids the day before, and I noticed that morning I couldn't hardly walk. And then I got on the floor and couldn't get off the floor. So my mom was there, thank goodness, and she gave me the phone. I called Helen and said, "You better come get me and take me to the hospital." And Waccamaw, Tidelands is my hospital. So that's how I came to Tidelands.
And GBS is an illness that just breaks down the nerves in your body. And it starts at your feet and works up your body. It took 3 days to get to the top of Randy's head. And in those 3 days, he was totally paralyzed.
For weeks and even months, the first time, I don't remember a thing. I remember maybe a bit in pieces here, but basically, I don't remember anything.
So he struggled here the first month, but the therapists were wonderful, and they helped him get through the time he had to do. You know, that required 3 hours was really hard for him. And we finally got through it, and in 2 months, he finally got strong enough that he wanted to go home. And so we took him home in a wheelchair with a hospital bed and worked through it. But if they hadn't have got him to the point where he could take a few steps, be able to stand, he could not have gone to any other therapist. That therapy had to take place here.
After recovery, I was doing great. In fact, we built another house, a new house. We downsized. I did a lot of work on the house. I did a lot of all the landscaping, and I was doing great. January the 15th
of this year,
2015, Helen was at her mom's house, and I got up that morning. It was on a Saturday, I think. And I told Helen, I said, "Helen, I don't feel good, and I'm coming over there to you." And when she saw me walking across the yard, I couldn't hardly walk. And she knew right then, and I suspected it. But anyway, we rushed back to Tidelands, or down here, and here I am again. And they diagnosed it within hours that I had it for the second time. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move my arms. I couldn't feed myself. I was still on a potty chair. They had to take care of me while I was using the bathroom. They had to take care of me. I was almost an invalid, you might say. But they first started with my hands. They got me where I could eat a little bit with an instrument, a little rubber band almost. They put it around my hand, and they had me eating. And I still have the bruises because I couldn't control my arms. I got to where I could lift them, but it was like a newborn baby, I reckon. I was glad I could move them that much, really. But they taught me, brought this little band, they slipped it around my hand, put a spoon in it, and I was starting to feed myself. I had to learn to walk again, totally, for the second time. I had to go through the walking. But I felt much better this time. I didn't have the abscesses I had the first time. And I was really wanting to come here because I knew I needed to be here to go home. And I tried to make the best of it. I worked hard. And great people here, they took care of me. They were great. It was like family. When I did good, they did good. They felt good about it. And they just made me feel at home. I was comfortable around them. I could mention some names that that went the extra mile, I'd leave somebody up.
We always felt safe here. After our first experience, and it was very difficult the first time, because we'd never heard of GBS, it just took a lot of perseverance and commitment. But if you hadn't had the medical support to get him through it, and the physical therapy support, all the therapy support he needed to become a man again, he wouldn't be there today.
The words that I could tell someone who needs therapy is, you can't do it by yourself most of the time. There are times people can do it by themselves. Most of the time you've got to have that expertise, that person that knows your physical body, that can tell you what exercises you need to do, how to do them, when to do them, and how many to do them. And an individual does not know that. And I would encourage anyone that has doubts about their recovery, don't give up, never give up.